Hey guys, my name is Dan and I also go by aDrive. I'm a full-time content creator on YouTube and Twitch. I make video game content on the internet and I'm here to tell you guys about my weight loss journey. In this video, I want to keep it pretty casual, but I'm going to tell you guys how I managed to lose about 60 pounds over the last few months and ultimately found myself in a much happier position where I'm living my best life. I'm really excited to share my story with you guys, and I hope that some of you guys are going to be inspired by this and ultimately try to find a happier, healthier lifestyle for you. I do want to let you guys know that throughout this process of me trying to lose weight, I did it with a program called Jenny Craig, and I am partnered with Jenny Craig right now. However, when I started the program, I wasn't partnered with them. I started it because my mother-in-law had lost weight on Jenny Craig in the past, and I was really struggling to lose weight. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my story of how I got to this point, and then how Jenny Craig actually really helped me along the journey, and I'm really excited to kind of share everything with you guys. And I know a lot of you guys have been complimenting me on my live streams, and I just did a meetup in person last weekend, and everyone was telling me how great I looked, so thank you guys for all that, because that has really helped along this whole process. But basically, Jenny Craig is a weight loss program that you can sign up for in the United States and New Zealand as well. You can check the description below for all the information regarding that. But Jenny Craig is a phenomenal weight loss program that's basically going to simplify losing weight. They're going to focus on different calorie options for you depending on your size. Me, I was coming in about 260 pounds at 5'10", so I was a pretty big guy. Now I'm sitting at about 199 and I couldn't be happier, let me tell you guys. But basically, Jenny Craig is going to plan out all your meals for you and give you a schedule, and you're also going to talk to a consultant every single week, which is going to make the process a lot easier. So a lot of these things are really helpful, but we'll kind of get into that a little bit later. Now, the reason why I wanted to lose weight is because truthfully, I was getting too big. For those who don't know, my daughter is 8.5 months old now, and she's starting to crawl around and get everywhere. And basically, when my wife and I were having the baby, I put on some pregnancy weight myself, but I've always been struggling with my weight pretty much my whole life. From the time I was a kid, I got picked on for being overweight and being fat, and I remember being in high school, I tried to lose some weight, and I did, but then I kind of put it all back on as soon as my kind of motivation disappeared. And I started to get pretty big, but never as big as I was before I started Jenny Craig. Like I said, I was peaking at about 260 pounds, and for me, that was just really not a good thing. So I knew it was time to make a change, and my family was really my motivator at the initial time. Like I knew I wanted to get healthier because I sit in front of a camera all day, and I know people make a lot of comments about that, but ultimately it was about trying to be there for my family and be there for my daughter because she deserves that, right? So I started this weight loss plan because my mother-in-law had done Jenny Craig, as I mentioned before, and I immediately was like, you know what? I've struggled. I can't lose this weight. I keep trying. I'll diet for 3 days, and then I get distracted by, you know, a buffalo chicken sandwich or something, and I'm not actually kidding. I'm serious. And then I have one bad meal and it throws me off, and then all the progress I had, it turns into one cheat meal, which turns into a cheat day, which turns into a cheat week, which then I'm gaining weight again, and then the whole process gets thrown out. So Jenny Craig really helped me out with that, and again, I'll kind of go into the specifics of the plan here in a minute, but my mother-in-law recommended the plan to me. I jumped on board, and immediately after my first meeting, I knew that I was going to hit my goal weight. And this was before I was partnered with Jenny Craig. I didn't get partnered until about 3 or 4 months into the plan, after I had lost about 30 pounds. So I knew as soon as I started the plan that I was going to have success with Jenny Craig. And the reason why I knew is because it was just so perfectly formulated for my lifestyle. I'm a busy guy. I don't have time to cook right now. There's really no point for me to cook in the first place because my daughter's not even eating full foods anyway, just, you know, kind of peas and carrots and things like that. So there really wasn't any reason for me to cook anyway. So with that, the meal plan that they have in place was phenomenal. And the fact that I didn't have to prepare anything, really, I didn't have to schedule anything. I simply just look at my schedule and I say, okay, it's, you know, Monday afternoon, this is what my lunch is. And then, you know, my snack is this, and then this and this. And it just made life so easy. And as long as you stick to that plan, you're going to lose weight. Simple as that. So that made life just so much easier for me. And that's what really got my journey started. Now, I talked a little bit about the meals, and one of the things that I love about Jenny Craig is the meals are actually pretty diverse and really good. There's like 100 different entrees. The breakfasts are really good. There's a lot of snacks that you kind of throw in between, and that was the biggest thing, is Jenny kind of taught me how to eat healthy and eat throughout the day. So rather than just have a big breakfast, a lunch, and a dinner, you know, you're having your breakfast, you're having your fruits and your vegetables and your yogurt, you're having your anytime bar in the middle of that, you're having some cheese sticks and some peanuts or whatever you might choose to have, you're having your lunch, which has a salad on the side, and that's helping you stay full the entire time. And all the while, I didn't have to cut out some things I love. I was still able to drink some soda, although I did try to pull my soda back, but I switched to 0-calorie sodas instead of having Coca-Cola. That was a big difference for me. By switching to a Coke Zero or a Pepsi Zero or whatever, Pepsi Max and all those different 0-calorie sodas, that really helped. I did try to reduce my soda intake in general, but it did help a lot by switching to those, and that's allowed on a lot of the Jenny plans. So that was a big factor for me too, being able to do that. But I just drank a lot of water, and then I just kind of followed the plan. And honestly, like I said, there's a lot of foods that I really like. My favorite is definitely the cheeseburger. That thing is pretty darn awesome. I love some of the breakfast. I've come to like the bagels, and the sunshine sandwich was actually what I had this morning. So there's a lot of really good food options, and I definitely recommend taking a look, because you'll be surprised. There's so many options for so many different kinds of people, and you can really tailor that menu each day. Like if you have a day that you love, you can have that day 3 times in a week. It's really up to you. And they were incredibly flexible about that when it came to the meal plans. So that made life really easy, and having food that you look forward to every week really helps too, because you don't have the temptation to cheat or go off the menu when you know that the food you're having on Jenny Craig was going to be good in the first place. So definitely a big fan of that, and that was definitely a big motivator, is just knowing that the food was pretty good going throughout the process. A lot of people always ask me, aDrive, did you have to exercise when you're on Jenny Craig? Do you have to exercise to lose weight? And I always have loved this statement: you can't outrun your fork. So no matter what amount of exercise you put forward, it's really, when you're trying to lose weight, it's going to come down to your calorie intake, right? Calories in, calories out. You have so many calories that you're going to burn in the day, and there's so many calories that you're going to consume in a day, and Jenny is going to ensure that you're going to have that nice balance throughout the day. So that was a big thing for me. I didn't really exercise throughout the whole plan. Like, I did some walking. That was the most intense exercise I did, is play Pokemon Go and walk. So for those who are worried about exercise, I can tell you, don't stress it. They don't stress it there. But any exercise is going to be good, because ultimately the goal here isn't just to lose weight, it's to get healthier. And I want to touch on that too, because this is probably the most important piece of this video and my story, is the fact that I remember going and getting my physical with a doctor, and they tell me that, first of all, I have diabetes in my family, so I know that I'm at risk to potentially become pre-diabetic or any of that stuff. So I definitely want to stay away from that. But I remember going to the doctor and finding out that I had high cholesterol, and my triglycerides and all the bad kind of fats and stuff like that were very high. And I knew that that was not a good thing, and I kind of just wanted to push it away. Like, I didn't even want to think about it. But recently I had a blood test done a few weeks back actually, and everything came back amazing. Like, I'm not even kidding. All my levels were in the normal range, and I'm feeling amazing about that, because that just gives me the confidence moving forward that I'm going to be around longer for my daughter and for my family. And ultimately, like I said, that's the goal. Like, to lose weight and feel great, that's awesome, but you really want to get to a healthier point of life and just be healthier in general. So those are a couple things that I wanted to point out, because a lot of people always ask me about the exercise and the health aspect, and obviously any exercise is going to be good. I'm right now adding a lot of walking into my regimen just through my work, but anytime you can go out, even if it's for just 20 minutes, just to go for a quick stroll around the your neighborhood or whatever, anything is going to be a positive. So just remember that it's all about baby steps, right? You don't have to climb Mount Everest today and to lose weight. Like, you just start small and work your way up. And honestly, once you start to drop those pounds, you're going to start to feel better about yourself anyway, and you're going to be more motivated to want to go out there and get some more activity in, especially if you've been lacking that activity over the last months or years or whatever because of your size. Because I can tell you, like, I was really sluggish, and now I feel amazing. So I'm ready to go rock and roll and get some exercise in, and I feel awesome about it. For me, the quintessential and biggest part of Jenny Craig that really worked for me was just getting back on track. I alluded to earlier about the fact that I would lose weight in the past, and then I would hit one birthday party or one wedding or whatever it might be, and I would be thrown for a loop. I would kind of binge eat at that event, and I would give myself the permission to not eat well, and then all of a sudden my diet would just be thrown off, man. And then the next day I'd wake up, oh, let's have breakfast, and then I don't plan out my lunch, and then it turns into a snowball. The biggest part about this plan that really helped me out, and this is why I'm probably going to be a believer and just a supporter of Jenny for life, regardless of a sponsorship or any of that stuff, this is truly what it comes down to for me, is the fact that it was so easy to get back on track. Anytime I have a day, and I'll give you a great example. I'm actually headed to a Mets game right now in a couple days, and I know that Mets game, I'm going to enjoy the food at Citi Field. I'm going to enjoy that experience, but I also know that when I wake up the next morning, I'm going to look at my schedule for Jenny Craig, and I'm going to jump right back on the bandwagon, because I'm in maintenance right now, and I really want to make sure that I'm eating healthy. And I am on maintenance, which I'll get to at the end. So if you're following the plan, try to stick to it. You don't want to deviate. I'm allowed to, because I'm on maintenance, but that's the biggest thing. And even when I was doing the full plan, there were days where things would come up, my wife's birthday, or we went away for a 3-day trip or whatever, and it always was the same thing. Is as soon as I got back and I got focused again, I got locked back into what I was trying to do, which was lose weight and stay healthy. And ultimately, that was like the best part for me. Was it was so easy to stay focused. It was so easy to stay focused. Like, that was the biggest issue for me, and I'm sure so many of you guys have struggled with it too, where again you have one bad thing come up, a birthday party, or you're celebrating something, a milestone, a promotion at work or whatever, and that just snowballs into a really bad habits again. But this plan really helped me kept accountable. And when it comes to accountability, that's the thing I love about Jenny too, is every week you're gonna go in for a meeting and you're gonna meet with your counselor. In my case, it was Janine and Valerie, and they were some amazing women who I really, really look up to and respect so much for helping me along my journey. But I worked with them, and every week I was held accountable. If I had a good week, we celebrate. If I had a bad week, we talk about what I did wrong and how I could move forward and have a more positive week moving forward. But there's someone there at the end of the tunnel every week that's gonna say, hey, listen, you either did it or you didn't do it. Why? Let's talk about it. And that support system was incredible. I not only had my family, but I had someone who has become friend now, but they were kind of a stranger initially, and they're holding me accountable, and they're doing the right thing by teaching you along the way how to develop these healthier habits and instill a healthier lifestyle moving forward. So those are all the pieces. Plus, you can't hide from the scale. Eventually, you're gonna have to get on that scale, and I'm the kind of person who like to step on it every single day, even if the progress can kind of fluctuate sometimes. But every single week you get on that scale in front of somebody, and they're gonna write it down, and you're gonna color in your graph, and you're gonna talk about how close you are to your goal and whether you're maintaining and whatever else. And those are some things that I think really help you kind of stay on track, because I could tell you, like, if I had a bad day, I knew, hey, my weigh-in's in a few days. I really need to make sure that I really get back on the bandwagon here, because I don't want to, one, I don't want to let myself down, but two, I don't want to let my family down, and three, I don't want to let down my counselor at the center. So those are all the little things that I think have really helped motivate me and keep me on track in this program. And like I said, I genuinely am just such a believer, and I really hope that whatever way you choose, if you're struggling like I was to try to find a healthier lifestyle, you at least look down this avenue and realize that it can be done, and it'll happen faster than you think. September seems like it was just yesterday, and now I'm a whole new me, and I look in the mirror and I just am so excited to see myself and the progress that I've made, and it's been an amazing journey. It's been a few weeks now that I've been transitioned to maintenance, and I did hit my goal weight, which was to get under 200 pounds. I'm still working on losing a few more pounds right now, but honestly, I'm just so glad that I was able to get down about 60 pounds, and that's pretty incredible to me. So I gotta tell you though, that feeling when I stepped on that scale and I saw it tip under 200 and it was 199 was just incredible. I knew that the hard work that I had done over the last few months had really come to fruition, and it really paid off. And again, the big thing for me was when I saw that blood test result, and I knew that my health levels and my cholesterol and everything was in a much better range. That was really what excited me, because I knew that was the end goal. But ultimately, like I said, there's nothing better than feeling great when you look in the mirror and just knowing that you accomplished a goal that you set out to do. And I did that. And like I said, it really wasn't that hard when I look back. Yeah, there's days that are hard, and there's moments that are hard where you have to make a tough decision. Do I stop at a fast food restaurant on the way home, or do I go home and I eat my chicken sandwich and make a salad? That's part of Jenny's program, and you're gonna have those decisions that you're gonna have to make. But as long as you remember what the end goal is in mind, and keep your sights on that and make that good decision, then you're gonna end out it's not gonna be that hard when all is said and done. And I'll tell you, I would say that if I could think about it, maybe there was 10 instances of that throughout the plan where I had that same exact situation. I'm driving home and there's fast food, and then there's my food at home, and I had to make a decision between the two. And I would say 9 out of 10 times I made it home. And I maybe only broke once, but it's those decisions that really are gonna make the kind of the impact long term, right? Because it's not about just losing weight now, it's about losing weight and then maintaining that weight. And that is the next big chapter of Jenny Craig for me, and the next big chapter of my journey. And this is the thing that I really wanted to talk about, because a lot of people don't realize that this is part of the plan. And this is probably actually, in my opinion, what really seals the deal on how great this plan is the fact that when you hit your goal weight, they switch to what's called maintenance. So rather than having Jenny Craig food and sticking to their plan for 7 days a week, you're gonna do that for 4 days a week, and the other 3 days of the week, you're gonna actually journal your own entries and try to maintain that same weight. And you're gonna do that for weeks at a time until you decide that you're good. And generally, you want to maintain for a year, and if you maintain for a year, you go back and you weigh in every few months or whatever, or every month, and you just kind of hold yourself accountable. And ultimately, it's about instilling those those habits and everything throughout the time that you are losing your weight, and making that change and adjustments to your lifestyle moving forward, so you don't slip back to your old habits. I know realistically I'm gonna pretty much always have a propensity in the rest of my life that I have a chance that I probably could potentially get overweight again, because I love food, and that's just the reality of it. But I know that by sticking to the things that I learned and understanding understanding that, hey, it's okay to indulge once in a while, but you don't indulge every single meal. You don't indulge every single day. You really have to make those times where you have that special meal, that special treat. You make those special. You make them once in a while on those birthday parties, on those holidays, on those celebratory events. You don't do that every single day. And if you can make those kind of sacrifices and realize that ultimately I'd rather have, you know, a few good meals a month than and feel great about myself than have a good meal every day. You know what I mean? So those are some little tips and tricks and things like that. In the maintenance program, I've been on it for a few weeks now. I've managed to maintain within about 2 pounds or so, and that's my goal, is just kind of stay around the same. And I did mention I am trying to lose more weight. A lot of people have been asking me. I want to lose another 5-10 pounds or so. I'm not stressing about it though, because I feel great right now, but I think just naturally being more active and just kind of continuing to focus on the things that I'm doing with my food is really going to help. You know, just kind of like I said, I'm getting way more active now, especially with summertime rolling around. I live in the Northeast, so it's looking to get a little warmer now, and I'm looking forward to taking my daughter out in her stroller and pushing her around and all that stuff, and not feeling winded, not feeling tired going up the driveway, and all those little pieces. So I encourage you to check it out, guys. Like, seriously, I can't speak enough good things. I just want to emphasize enough, because I know that these videos can kind of be kind of funny. A lot of people say, oh, it's a sponsored video, this guy's just getting compensated to talk about this stuff. But guys, anyone who knows me, who's been to my live streams, who's seen the difference, and I'll have pictures throughout this video, of course, anyone who knows me and seen the difference, you know that this is my life. This is what I live. Like, I legitimately went through this over the last 6 or so months, and I started the plan, not sponsored, not getting paid, you know, doing the whole deal, and now I'm just so happy. And the money doesn't even matter. It's about just getting healthy and being there for my family, and being able to help you guys. And that's the other thing I want to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys a couple little snippets I've seen from Twitter and my Twitch chat. Just a couple people that I managed to kind of catch with a screenshot. People saying that they started the plan too, and they've been losing weight, and that makes me so happy, because if I can help you guys find a happier, healthy life, then that means I'm doing my job as someone who's trying to positively influence you guys and just be a good impact on your day. So that makes me happy, and I can't tell you guys enough how happy I am. So please do yourself the favor, do me the favor. If you know anyone who's struggling with their weight loss, who has struggled trying to lose weight or is trying to find a healthier lifestyle, just give a call. Just go into a center and just have a consultation. You know, the worst that happens is you think it's not for you. That's the worst case scenario, but take that next step to trying to find a healthier and happier lifestyle, because I tell you what, the one thing I regret is I didn't start sooner, man. That's really it. I swear, that's really it. I wish I started the plan sooner, because I would have been much happier for a long time, and I would have been much healthier, and you know, I would have just been a happier person. So those are all the things that I wanted to let you guys know about, and I appreciate you watching my video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I'm happy to answer them, and I want to sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, thank Jenny Craig for changing my life, because without you guys and without this plan, I'd probably still be about 260, maybe even more, probably about 270 by now, 280. And that would have been really bad, because like I said, for me, diabetes was right around the corner, and you know, I gotta be there for my little girl. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you took something positive from it, and I just genuinely wish you all the best on your journeys. Again, if you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.